Do you want to rub some of your tan off?
Womp.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm ready. Are we doing this? Wait, we haven't even talked about what we're doing yet.
Are we streaming?
And we're live.
Oh, yay, woo.
Oh, yay.
Hey,
We're
Facebook.
on. Welcome.
Thank you all.
I guess I should
all
back
this
my
huge
phone.
crowd for coming.
I just got a
Billions
notification.
and billions.
We're live.
We're live. Well, Nolan, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a month.
It's been a long week.
At
this
least a
week.
month.
Yeah.
I saw on your Instagram story that you've had an interesting week, and I want to hear more about it. So tell us all about it.
Well, basically, okay, so sitting there Sunday night, just playing Spider-Man is such a good game, by the way, but playing Spider-Man, and then my heart was just like, you know what, I'm going to freak out real quick. And so I got a regular heartbeat, and I was, oh, that
There
got
you are.
loud.
I found you.
I called my mom freaking out. I was like, what do I need to do?
Hold on. For people who don't know, why would you be freaking out?
Oh, yeah. I had open heart surgery when I was like 4 days old. I've been fine and still am fine, but we'll get to that.
Okay. Just
So-
wanted to make sure everybody had the background on why this is a big deal.
Yeah. So I went to my mom's house and she was like,
And your mom's profession is?
she's a nurse.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I got to her house. She was like, here, take this. It was a Valium. I just laid down and I was like, yo, I feel better now.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm doing A-OK.
So, chilled at her house, went to the doctor. They were like, well, we think everything's fine. You'll come back in a couple weeks and we'll do like an echo, which is basically an ultrasound of the heart.
When was this, though? When did this happen?
This was Sunday and Monday
Okay.
of this week. He's like, but we're going to give you a heart monitor to wear. And I was like, what? So I just pictured like wheeling around like a thing. And I was like, and then they brought it in. It's essentially just like a little USB thing that plugs in to these two electrodes on your heart. I was like, okay, that's fine.
Well, not on your heart.
I mean,
above your heart.
they're on your chest.
Right, but
so
they don't have to like surgically go in.
No, but the lady who put them on, I checked my kit later. There was a disposable razor in there. She didn't use it. She just stuck it right on my chest. And when you get a shower, you have to change them out.
Oh.
Dude, all the chest hair just ripped out. I was very mad. I still
So
have
do you
two.
have two little?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna show every. It's on my Instagram story if you want to go
That's
see
awesome.
it.
I saw you trying to censor your nips on the Insta.
Yeah.
and
But yeah, everything's fine as far as we know. So
Do you think maybe you were having like a panic attack?
yeah,
Yeah.
I think I've been having a rolling panic attack. I was trying to tell them, I was like, no, I'm just anxious. And they were like, no, we don't think that's it. And I'm like, now I'm more anxious. So,
I'm sorry, buddy.
it'll work out one way or the other.
That's
Wow.
like Nolan's attitude about everything. It'll be fine.
I mean,
Yeah,
it will
gonna be
work
fine.
out one way or the other.
Exactly.
You'll
Either
either be
I'll keep
okay
going,
or dead.
or y'all will have a real somber tribute episode.
There's a finite list of options here.
Yeah.
I like to imagine some of them are positive, but in the end, none of our options are positive. There's a heat death coming that can't be stopped. I'm reading a book
Eventually.
about artificial intelligence right now, and it's really hitting on my nihilism real hard.
Yeah, it'll do that.
All right. Well,
Sarah, and I
was
heard that you were
happy.
having some medical fun as well.
I have been, yes. So 2 weeks ago, I got my wisdom teeth out,
Boo.
which I know is weird for a 25-year-old to do, because normally that's something you do when you're like 16.
I still haven't had mine out.
Me
Well,
neither.
I wouldn't recommend it, honestly. It sucks
Yeah.
to get them out. The reason I didn't get them out is because they didn't even erupt until I was pregnant, and all my pregnancy hormones made them come out. And then I went to the dentist because they really hurt, and he's like, yeah, they need to come out. I was like, no kidding, but I can't get them out because I'm pregnant.
And you're not an orthodontist.
Yeah.
Or an orthopedic surgeon.
A oral surgeon. So he was like, well, just get them out after you have the baby. And I was like, that's easy to do. I'll just have a newborn and it's no big deal at all.
Did you hear me say orthopedic surgeon? I feel like I need to say it
I
again.
just ignored
I
it.
did.
I just was going to let that one go. But so I finally got him out now that I have a toddler. Not that it's any easier, but
Probably easier than being pregnant.
yeah, shorter. But I was hoping, you know, kind of the one good thing that comes out of getting your wisdom teeth out is the funny video of you as you're coming out of anesthesia.
Yes.
Well, they wouldn't let Josh back there.
That's what you think. But actually, Saren, it's time to roll that beautiful bean footage.
Do you have
What have we
some?
got?
Are you serious?
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
he's
I don't have anything.
joking.
Oh, man.
Look at that. It's just like life. One giant disappointment after another.
So were you like freaking out and having a great grand old time?
I don't know. It's lost to history, honestly, because
Here's my end of it. They woke her up after surgery and they said, drive around back, and they put her in a car. And she was just like, Josh, did I have a surgery? I was like, yeah. And you were like, I can't feel my tongue. I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't talk because you have gauze in your mouth. You were like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. And I was pulling my phone out, and I was like, okay, go to sleep. You're like, okay. Josh, did I have my surgery?
I
And that was it.
really remember any of that. I'm assuming that I was awake before that point. I must have been. I cannot imagine that they woke me up and then I got in the car immediately. I cannot imagine that's what happened.
That's what they said they did. They literally stood you up out of the chair and walked you to the car.
That seems irresponsible. But we won't go
Well, you
there.
weren't driving.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what if I had been bleeding a lot, or
Get on out of here, kid.
what if I
Need
had
your keys.
hemorrhaged? I don't know if that's something you can do after wisdom teeth surgery, but whatever.
I
Well,
don't know.
I would just like to say you could have heard deranged because equal opportunity, blood lost. I hope you're
been
not
a
listening.
long week.
I hope you're not listening on the Overcast app right now because that silence was golden.
And
Oh,
I mean,
man.
yeah, I don't really know what to say. Recovery really sucks.
I'm sure.
It's
I
been
wouldn't
2
wanna do
weeks,
it.
and this still hurts really, really bad. And I don't know why. And I told my oral surgeon about it, and he was like, yeah, sometimes one of them just hurts more than the others. I was like,
That was his advice.
okay.
He pulls you back in. Oh, we didn't get all of one. There's still a little micro tooth in there.
Well, apparently this has driven Saren into Nazi Hitler mode in the Pokemon Discord. There's Truman.
Hey, Truman. How's it going, man?
Nolan, I need to tell you what's been going on.
What's been happening?
I was hoping
Are you
Roos
sure
would be
we
here.
want to talk about this?
I think we need to talk about it.
Okay.
I think we need to just get it out there
I'm feeling warm.
because
So,
all the people that are here to listen to us, except for Jeff, are in the. So we have a Discord for the local Pokemon group, and there's only maybe 30 people in the Discord, and maybe only 15 people have ever said anything.
Yeah.
There are quite a few people in there
That
that
are
have
just
never used it.
completely inactive.
So out of those 15, what are the chances that we're going to be able to get 7 to 8 people needed to do a Mewtwo raid? About half. But even then, I work in Hartwell. Other people work different times. If it's 5:30, that's an optimal time to do something, but we're not all free. Some of us work late. Some of us work early. I'm free every morning from 6 to 7.
No
one's ever out.
Why would they be?
There's been a little bit of...
I'm up, but I don't play.
Here's the thing. So what happens is someone will post something, hey, this is happening at, X time. And then other people will be like, I can do that. And then someone else will be like, I can do that. But that's usually where it ends. Usually you get 2 or 3 and that's not enough.
Yeah.
But some people have gotten a little passive about it and being like, I guess no one around here plays anymore.
Was that passive aggressive?
Just passive aggressive about
just
it.
passive aggressive about it. Not just one person either. Roos is the worst about it, but we've talked about it. We haven't talked about it, but he's probably not going to listen to this, so it's fine.
Josh.
I'm just kidding.
God.
It's all right.
It's not his real name.
I'll do a live edit on that real quick.
Y'all
Run,
are
Ricky.
actually witnessing a real live freak out from me right now.
Yeah.
And so, Saren has just gotten tired of it.
Just gotten so
Because-
fed up.
She's like, look, I work all day, and then I come home and I have a toddler to deal with who goes to bed at 7, and then we can't leave the house. So, like, no, I'm not available most days to do this. Sorry.
Yeah.
But since she's the mod, that's not what she said. What she said was, all right, I'm laying on the law in here. If you're going to talk like that anymore, you're going to get one warning, and after that, you're out. Sorry.
Fair enough.
And then we continued to make jokes.
Okay. Let me defend myself a tiny little bit here. Just a bit. Let me just justify myself a little. I had an exceptionally bad day that day with some people just being really rude to me.
Students are really lazy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't want to say specifically, but I just had a lot of interactions that day that were very frustrating. So, when I got home that day and saw some passive-aggressive stuff in the Discord, I was like, all right, we're done with this. So, I do think it needed to be said. I think I should have been a little nicer about it, but
You said your piece.
I think it needed to be said. So I just think
I state my regret.
I just think that's not the forum to be passive aggressive in.
Ah,
Is
It was
all.
the most aggressive thing I've ever seen you do. And it wasn't aggressive. I thought it was like exactly what needed to be said. It was very good. And I think we're all happier for it.
that's good.
Everyone's been nicer, I'd say, except for
Yeah.
making fun of Ricky, which is
It's a lot easier
fine.
to be nice when you're under threat of disbarment.
Here's the thing.
Once
Every
again-
other when a group grows like that, especially an online community, if you
Yeah.
don't, I feel like if you don't lay down some guidelines,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not going to be good.
Look what happened to 4chan.
So I feel
Yeah,
like
look what happened to Reddit.
Rip.
Wait.
every
Rip.
subreddit has rules, though.
That's true.
You can't just post whatever you want to say.
Saren's a moderator for another podcast, and I think all the power has gone to her brain now that she has all this extra room in her gums.
That Discord is a lot bigger, and they are a lot nicer.
That's
I've
fair.
never had to mod really at all in that group.
But the real question is, never mind.
I got a real question. One I
Okay.
was thinking of earlier today. Would you rather fight the mountain or a swarm of 100 third graders? Which
Okay.
would be easier
I've
to
thought
take
about
on?
this a lot. I've spent a significant amount of time thinking about this. Okay, here's the deal. If you had to fight the mountain,
Yeah.
how do I have to fight him?
You just got to be quick.
Is it fists?
Is it like
I mean,
hand
is
to
it-
hand? Like,
Yeah, it's hand to hand.
Okay. There is nothing I can do to that man that will make a difference.
No, probably not.
That's like me standing in front of a train driving by and being like, all right, take this train.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that lost to the machine?
Marshall?
Henry?
John Henry.
John?
Oh,
Is it John Henry? This is for John Henry. If I had to fight 100 third graders, that would just be a typical day of work for me.
That's fair, but it's also a fist fight.
no, I have the stamina to be able to throat chop 100 third graders. They're one hit and you take them out.
That's the thing. They're like giraffes. Like they're not coordinated. They're going to be attacks everywhere. You just got to keep your legs limber, I think.
Yeah,
in that
Well, the
one.
thing is,
I don't
they
think
are
it'd be
going to
that hard.
overpower you, but there's not really anything they could do.
What are they going to do? Like,
But
just
see,
wave their arms?
where I
and-
tap out is if they start asking questions. They're like, "Why are you here? Are you married? Why not? What's wrong? Are you nervous?" I'm done. I lose that fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my only concern. Yeah, that's right. Drop the hammer.
Wow.
So yeah, no, that's
So Nolan, how you doing over there? You okay?
like I said, man. It's been a long week.
Oh my God, maybe you just have a broken heart.
Maybe it's possible. Who
Oh my
knows?
God. Okay.
So what else is new? Well, I've had quite a week. Nolan, you don't know. You don't know. You don't
Well, I
know
don't
what
know.
the week I've had. Why is the volume slowly getting lower on the whole? Why is this happening?
It's shutting down.
Hang on, I gotta fix this.
Even your computer's
We've,
tired of you.
We've
I fix
reached
it live?
I don't know what we've reached.
I don't know.
Critical mass. It's
Yeah.
Skynet. It's the Terminator.
Right.
I'm the Terminator. Okay, so Nolan, I gotta tell you about what happened on Saturday.
Yeah. Ja, dude. What happened?
Okay, so oh my God, what is happening right now? This is
great.
what? Okay, so Nolan, as you know, Saren and I have been hired to play in the pit orchestra for
Oh, yeah,
a
no, I know what you're
production
talking
of
about.
Shrek
Sorry.
the Musical.
Uh-huh.
I'm playing guitar. Saren's playing the flute, and it's going pretty well. Yeah, it's
Okay.
going pretty good.
The pit's been really good.
That's good.
And the show's been really good.
Hang on, I'm gonna fix this real quick.
He's good.
And we're back.
Okay.
Look
All
at
right.
that.
So, Nolan, as you know, we have been playing for the pit orchestra for Shrek the Musical.
Yeah.
Well, it's going well. Good leads in the show. Really good pit. I mean, besides us, all the musicians are very good. It's a very, you got some quality
It's a fun
stuff.
show. It's good.
And it's a funny show. Well, the guy that plays Donkey gets off work in just enough time to get there for sound check about 15 minutes before the show, which is not the end of the world if he's the only one, right? It's fine. Well, I look back at the times of these texts exchanged. I get a text from the guy playing Shrek, who's the theater teacher at the high school. Mr. Howard texts me. He says, "So you ready to play Donkey tonight?" And I was like, "Ha, is Ronnie not here yet?" You're just like, "Ha, that's funny."
Oh, yeah, no, I saw about this on Facebook. But please keep going.
Well, he was like, "No, I'm being serious." And I'm still like, I mean, yeah, he might be late, but he's not going to miss
He's
the
not gonna
show.
not come.
Because, that's just not going to happen. That's not a thing that's going to happen. Well,
little did you know.
turns out that's a thing that can totally happen. So they get him to do the pre-curtain speech. She's stalling. And she's like, "Okay, honestly, y'all, our donkey is still not here, and we're not really sure what to do about that right now. So we're going to take 10 minutes. We're going to delay the show for 10 minutes. Okay, we understand. No problem. So show's delayed, and Seth is still texting me, "Come backstage," And I was like, okay. So I go up there, and I go back, and the director is talking to Seth, and she's like, "No, we're gonna wait. We're not. Josh is not playing Donkey tonight, and that's fine. I'm still under the illusion that this isn't about to happen." And a couple more minutes go by, and the other director comes back, and she's like, "Josh, you're playing Donkey." So they start the show. Donkey comes in about 10, 12 minutes into the show. They hand me a script in a donkey suit and some ears.
Just roll with it.
So just to be clear, I don't know. I know the gist of the songs. I don't know any of the words. And a lot of his dialogue we are playing on top of, so I don't really know what he's saying.
Okay.
So that's 2. 3, I've never looked at this script before. Ever.
There's a fourth component to this, too.
What?
We've never seen it.
Oh, yeah, I've never seen the show. We've only been
Yeah.
under the stage.
We've been in the pit, so we
Yeah.
don't know any of his blocking. Doesn't know what he does on stage.
So, so about 12 minutes into the show, Donkey runs on stage like, "Ah!" And it was a real scream of panic from my side. It was
Yeah.
very much,
Yeah.
and the audience goes bananas because they know. I mean, they know,
Yeah.
but
Wait, Donkey's
they
white?
they have no idea. They have no idea, and it went pretty good.
That's good.
It went fairly well.
Can I interject here?
Yeah.
It went more than pretty good. Josh did that entire show off
Well,
book. He did
I'm-
not bring a script onto stage.
I memorized it right before I walked on
He
stage.
was memorizing it scene by scene, coming out and performing it.
There was one scene that was 20, 25 minutes long where I didn't leave the stage. And it was Oh man, that's a lot to memorize in the next 5 minutes.
And he did it.
I pulled
Did
it
all
off.
the songs.
Yeah.
I pulled it off.
Oh, I'm,
was crazy.
I'm going to speak for him because he's going to be humble about it.
Well,
it was really
it's-
good. He did a good job. And it was quite frankly one of the most amazing things I've ever experienced in my entire life.
That's my wife talking, just so you know.
It's true. Because I had a script down in the pit following along in case I needed to feed him some lines. Didn't need it. He had it almost book perfect.
You know what actually
Nice.
worked, though? Here's why it worked. Because Seth said, he and I are on stage a lot and off stage a lot at the same time in the Shrek and Donkey, you know? So backstage, he'd be like, look. And I'd be like, let's run this scene. He's like, you don't need to run the scene. Here's what you need to know. Our job in this scene is to talk about this thing and then do this thing. That's the goal of our scene. Whatever words come out are what happens, but we have to do this. So however that happens is fine. And then going out there, it was fine. Like it was,
Yeah.
we had the goal. And I had sung like one of Donkey's songs in college at one point for a thing. And
Like
so like I
5
knew
years
that part.
ago.
And that was it. End of list.
Nice.
But
So it was amazing, and I think he deserves a Tony committee if you're listening.
A Tony Robbins.
Yeah.
Tony, if you're listening,
Tony.
But I'm
I
also
only
I'm having a
pray.
pretty good week this week too because I can announce it officially, and I know that I've had a conversation with everyone here about this, but I was accepted as the assistant conductor with the Athens Symphony Orchestra today.
Yay.
So that's thank you. Let's talk about how wonderful I am. So anyway,
You have had a lot of really good,
Good
things
job,
happen
bud.
to you lately.
it's
awesome.
been a good week. It has. So
That's
I've just
good.
been in blinding pain, but it's fine.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Yeah.
18.
Not so blinding, huh?
All right.
So yeah.
Well, what are we here to talk about tonight?
I thought we could just catch up as old friends because that's what everybody really wants to hear.
Yeah.
It
Can I
is.
just talk about one more thing real quick?
Do
Yes.
it.
I got an orange sherbet and vanilla ice cream milkshake. And it's no frosted orange, but it's right up there with it.
Yay.
It's delicious. It's a different thing because the frosted orange actually has orange juice in it.
Oh yeah.
That's just sherbet, but it's good. Here at the old
that's
Centerfield
good.
Coffee Shop in Royston, Georgia. It's the
Yeah.
only baseball-themed coffee shop in the known universe.
in the world.
And they do it well. Okay.
Even if there were infinite universes, I can't imagine there's a lot of baseball-themed coffee shops.
It's probably called something else in other places.
Yeah, but like an infinite
ball-based.
number of universes would have.
Blorp blorp. That's what we play where I'm from.
You want to know something about infinity?
What?
If there are infinite numbers of combinations, then there are also an infinite number of baseball-themed coffee shops. It's just a smaller infinity.
That's true. I guess. I don't know. Hey, did you see Space Jam 2's coming out?
I actually
with
did.
LeBron.
I'm so excited.
Is this a
dude.
true thing though? Because I feel
Yeah.
like I heard about this several
I
years
think
ago.
isn't Lin-Manuel Miranda involved with it?
I don't know.
He's been tweeting
Ryan
about
Coogler
it a lot.
is.
Yeah.
Who?
Ryan Coogler, the guy who directed Black Panther and Creed.
Yes.
Dude, I'm stoked.
It's going to be a really serious interpretation.
At some point,
It's gonna be really dark.
at some point, y'all here will do a commentary on the first Space Jam
Yes.
because Saren
I've never
has
seen it.
Never seen it.
Or I've never really
Do
seen
what
any
you gonna
sports
do.
movie.
Hey, do what you gonna do. Hey, do what. Well, speaking of Space Jam,
Yeah.
I thought tonight might be a good chance for us to hash out something we've been talking about doing for a while, which is we got to figure out what the better show is between The Office and Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
That's what's on everybody's minds right now
Clearly.
in 2018. Oh, thanks. Saren changed the slide. Saren, that looks so good.
Thanks.
So this is going to be a
Yay.
battle royale style conversation.
I don't really know what that means, but I've been playing a lot of Fortnite.
We're
so
going to drop all the characters.
Battle
on an
Royale was on my
island.
brain.
Hang on. Okay, can I tell you something? I played Fortnite again today.
Oh, did you?
It's still garbage.
It's.
It's.
You know why you think it's garbage? Because you're not good at it.
Yeah, that's right. Me. I'm not good at first-person shooter games.
Okay, I've watched you play. You die almost immediately.
Jeff, Nolan, probably even Tristan could back me up that I'm a pretty good first-person shooter game player.
Not Fortnite.
Yeah. Fortnite is a
I
garbage
get top
game.
10 in Fortnite almost every time.
And
I
if you
play.
like Fortnite, you are a
So-
stupid idiot. And I hope that you die the next time you're playing it on the island immediately, like I do. No, it's either I die immediately or I spend the entire game like, and then I die immediately, just 15 minutes later. Today I dropped in and found a basement cellar that I couldn't get out of.
Oh yeah, that's actually really fun to explore, as long as you don't get stuck in it.
Well, Facebook exclusive. If I was here on the map, the circle was here on the map, and yeah, I couldn't make it.
Oh, well, I mean, you will die if you get stuck in the basement.
It's a stupid
but
game.
It's fun. I
It's
like it.
fine.
But we got to talking about the original Battle Royale, which was a book that I read in like middle school.
Was it
Are
by
you familiar with this?
Dean Koontz?
No, it's a. I think it's Japanese. I feel bad not knowing specifically, but and then it was a movie, and the movie was okay, but it's essentially the Hunger Games, but it's like a class is chosen, like a high school classroom is chosen to go on this field trip, and they go on the field trip to this island, and then it's revealed to them that no, this is there's a bunch of rich people making bets on your lives, and there's a bunch of weapons hidden on the island. Good luck. And they have to kill each other
When did you read this?
in middle school, which it's the same plot as Hunger Games, side note. Yes, totally 100%. Which is why I was so anti-Hunger Games for so long.
You read it before I did.
I know. But they were all out by the time I read it, is what I'm saying. Anyways, we're not talking about that tonight.
No, we're not.
talking about The Office and Parks and Recreation.
Uh-huh.
So here's my goal.
We're only half an hour in. It's fine. We're finally
Here's
getting
my
to our
goal.
point.
The Office has always been like my favorite TV show since high school. Jeff can back me up on this. Parks and Rec, I didn't like it when it was only like 2 seasons out, but as we all know, it got much better. So here's what I want to figure out for myself tonight. Which is the better TV show?
Do you have an answer to that right now for yourself?
Oh no, we got to go through it.
No, I'm just asking if he has an answer for himself, because I don't and you don't. We're gonna hash it out for you
I was sitting here
live.
thinking about it, and I think I do have an answer.
Okay.
I have my own way of deciding it, but yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go through that now, or do you want to wait until the end?
Okay, I'll go through it a little right now.
Okay.
It's just, while I was thinking about it, when we were talking about doing it, I was like, okay, well, I'll just start by comparing what I think are the best episodes from both shows. My 2 favorite episodes.
Ooh.
Then I was like,
What are they?
well, for The Office, it's the dinner party where they go to Michael and Jan's house.
Oh, God.
It's the best episode of The Office.
That's
Even-
the best
ever.
episode to you?
Yeah.
Even thinking
Can we
about that
talk about-
episode is making me just so uncomfortable.
It's hands down the funniest that show has ever been.
What's the best joke in that episode to you?
The flat screen TV where he pulls it out, where he pulls it away from the wall. He goes, "Yeah, I just stand here for hours."
It's a plasma.
To me, the best joke is when Michael's trying to get Jim. They're playing charades, and Michael's trying to get Jim to say Tom Cruise, and he his name rhymes or whatever, and he
Yeah.
draws the next one, and he goes Tom Cruise.
Yeah, that one's. It's just that episode to me is so packed of
I
stuff
think
that is so funny.
Because I have a different favorite moment of that episode.
What?
I like it when Michael is giving them a tour and he takes them up to their bedroom
Oh,
and he's like, "Oh yeah, this is where I sleep," and it's just the it's just,
He
the little
fits perfectly.
it's the little chest at the end of the bed. He
Yeah.
just lays down.
That one night.
One night.
yeah, and you get Hunter's song. Like it's all great. But then,
Okay. That is a really good
So-
episode.
but
When
then-
Angela slams the ice cream on the side of the
Yeah.
car.
but then I was thinking about it, and it may just be because I haven't watched Parks and Rec enough. But I don't know if I have picked out a favorite episode. And no episodes really stand out to me other than the one in the final season where Ron and
Spoilers,
Leslie are locked in the room together
Oh,
and
yeah.
have to
Oh, yeah.
make amends. That's the only one that sticks out to me when I try and think about it.
Sorry,
and Lil
buddy.
Sebastian, but
Well, I was gonna say the 5,000 Candles in the Wind or whatever that episode is
Yeah.
called. That whole episode is gold.
But like,
Yeah.
they don't stick out too much as me. So
Right.
if I'm going by higher highs, I go with Office, hands down.
Okay.
Lower,
Which I did not expect to argue because I think Parks and Rec is better consistency
I was
wise.
going to say that. I think that Parks and Rec is a very consistently good show. Like, there are some really bad seasons of The Office.
Yeah, like the first season of The Office is okay. The best episode of that is the basketball episode where they
What?
play basketball.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, that
Yes.
is not the best episode of the
pilot
first
is
season.
the best
Yes.
episode.
No, it's not.
Easy the best
Absolutely
episode.
not.
Or Diversity Day.
Oh yeah.
It's too cringy.
Mr. Brown.
It's I can't watch Diversity Day because
And
it's way too cringy.
He puts
Sorry.
the cards on their heads, and
Yeah.
Stanley gets the black one.
Well,
But
no.
Michael is Martin Luther King Jr., a person.
Now she knows what it's like to be a minority.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think Parks and Rec, starting in its second season, all the way to the end of that show, was just like on its game.
So I did a little bit of math beforehand. Parks and Rec is 7 seasons. I think.
Yes.
Okay. So The Office is 9. Now the first season and a half of Parks and Rec, even the beginning of season 2, when Mark Brendanawicz is still around.
Josh doesn't like
That's-
Mark, and I think that's a tragedy.
No. I think it's the turning point of the show is when he sort of disappears. And they made a decision at some point to make Leslie they were trying to imitate The Office, which is still Michael Schur or whatever. Like, it's all him, right? But they were trying to make Leslie Michael Scott, the kind of dumb leader, the idiot boss that everyone has. But then they realized that, like, Leslie is actually a really strong character and could be her own strong character. And I think that is when the show got better, and it's when they got rid of Mark because that was her vice or whatever. And from there on out, it was perfect. And they realized what character potential they had. But I think we'll talk about that in a minute. So, like, the first season and a half, not great. For The Office, I think the first 6 seasons are solid, pretty much through and through. In season 7, though, when Michael leaves, the next season and a half, all of season 8 and the last half of season 7 are. So I think they both have like a season and a half of like not great.
Well, I even think the last season of The Office is down.
I changed
You shut your
my
mouth.
mind about that.
I didn't. I rewatched it recently, and I was like, nope, still don't like
I
it.
love the last season. I think it's so good. Sorry.
Yeah.
But once they got rid of Michael or Michael left, not the same.
No.
Not the
they
same, but still good, I think.
I think they should have ended it after he left.
Yeah, me too. I wish they would have. And there's a lot of the last season, like the whole Pam and Jim
Yeah.
sub-line that's just not good. But
That's
okay.
kind of annoying.
So I've come up with a few categories that I thought we could talk through. Best characters, best boss, the overall comedy factor, which I think we've already did. How are the shows aging, even though they're only a few years out? I think we've had 5 or 6 years off from The Office.
Yeah, I was
so
about to say The Office is kind of getting
running
older.
gags, character development, and their weaknesses.
Okay.
So Nolan, where would you like us to start?
Wherever, dog.
Let's just start at the top of that
Just
list.
go at the top of the list.
Best characters. Now, instead of comparing best episodes, let's compare
so
best
hard.
characters.
Ron Swanson is one of the best characters ever written,
Agreed.
but so is Dwight Schrute.
And so is Andy.
Yeah.
Andy,
Dwyer.
Dwyer.
not Andy from The Office.
No.
I hate Andy from The Office.
But if you think about Andy from The Office, he was fully formed coming in. When you think about character development,
Yeah.
like literally, you get everything you need to know about Andy from The Office with the first time you meet him.
But he also does have kind of a nice arc because he starts out really
Oh.
douchey, and by the end, I really like him.
Yeah,
You like him at the end?
I do. I like him as boss. Sue me.
I'll put a stamp in my own mind for funniest moments because he has one of the funniest moments.
Which is what?
Well, it's when they hide his phone in the ceiling
Yeah.
Oh,
and he
yes, we
punches a
just
hole
watched
in the
that
wall.
Maybe
So-
you're in the ceiling.
Yeah, it makes me die laughing every time.
We watched that episode the other night. The comedic timing from the
It's so
director
good.
of he goes Michael like he's like, "No, I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do anything ever." And he's like, well, duh. That's why I was just kidding. He was like, stop it, stop it. And he gets really mad. And Andy goes, sorry for ruining your life with my friendship. And then it's sorry for ruining your life with my friendship. It's like immediately. And it cuts to Jim's face and he's on the phone like,
Yeah.
And then Andy
It's
punches the
perfect.
wall, and Jim just goes, hangs up the phone. It's funny.
So
It's a good moment.
Overall, I think about like the side character, like Jean Ralphio.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Like
he's the worst.
there you go. I'll let y'all do that. But I mean, The Office had good people come in every now and then, like little side characters like that.
In season 9, you had Fart and Plop.
Oh, yeah.
See, I just I don't even remember those guys.
It's the-
barely.
It's the interns that look like Jim and Dwight.
Oh, I know, but I
Oh.
like nothing about their plots stick out to me at all. But Jean Ralphio letting those guys help him
Lift
out, lift him up
Take
to
me
dunk. Take me there.
John Ralphio is a
And his sister,
Mona Lisa.
I think I lean Parks and Rec in this category.
Wait, what category?
Best characters.
Best characters.
I think Parks and Rec has overall the best
Yeah.
characters. Andy, Ron. I think Leslie's a very good character, and Leslie and Anne's relationship is like
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like that's like best friend city. Tom is
Jerry.
a great character. Jerry.
Oh my gosh.
Larry Jerry is a great
Larry,
character.
Jerry,
Yeah.
Barry.
All of the leads are solid. Donna.
Oh, yeah.
And in The Office, it's like Michael, Jim, Dwight, and Andy,
And Pam.
and Pam. And like Kevin's funny sometimes. Stanley's funny sometimes. Creed is funny every time he's on camera.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I don't feel that they're as strong.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
And none of them have arcs really, except
Yeah.
for the leads. So
Yeah. So that's where I'm falling on that one.
I knew I was going to concede that one
So
from
we-
the get go.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we got one tick mark for Parks and Rec.
Okay. Someone should
skip-
keep score.
What do you want to do?
I think Best Boss is like comparing apples and oranges.
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, it's if you're going by what they get out of their employees,
Yeah.
then you go Leslie.
Yeah.
But as far as entertainment quality, I would probably have to say Michael.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Michael's a better comedy character.
yeah.
But I think
Leslie's arc is not about being a boss,
right.
and Michael's is, which
Right.
is why I would say that if we're looking at best boss as far as like entertainment,
I don't know. Michael's arc to me is about like him finding peace with himself.
She basically-
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he knows his needs. He knows his
she's the
weaknesses.
second boss. Sorry.
But I don't know. I don't know if I want to go into Best Boss any more
Okay.
than that because I feel like
Yeah.
not much there.
No.
This was just a shotgun list.
I agree.
Overall comedy factor.
Okay.
I think The Office nails the mockumentary style.
Mm-hmm.
They were sort of the first to do it. Not they obviously weren't the first to do it ever, but like they were the first to really nail it.
Outside
Parks
of the
and Rec
horror
tried to
movie
emulate
genre.
it. It wasn't great, but then
They got away from it.
But it's like there's no fourth wall that they're breaking when they're talking to the audience. They're just. It's weird because in The Office, you know that they're talking to you or they're talking to the future audience, and they even reveal that, of course, in the ninth
Yeah.
season. But on Parks and Rec, it's like, who are they talking to? You know, like we're just getting their inner thoughts whenever they're off to the side talking.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
I think The Office is funnier.
Yeah, The
I said
Office
it.
makes me. The moments that make me laugh hardest come from The Office.
Well, that
The
actually
fire
brings me-
drill, all that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it has those like
Ryan started the fire.
watermark moments where it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is the show peak performance, makes me die laughing. And
Yeah.
Parks and Rec is like, that was pretty funny.
You know, it was in my head all day when Michael goes down. I don't remember what happened, but when Michael goes down to see in the warehouse, what's his name?
Craig or Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah.
Yes. He's
His
like-
real name is
he goes-
Craig.
I know exactly what part you're talking about.
He goes, you idiot, start over. that interaction is just perfect. How are they aging is the next thing on the list. And this is actually what got me thinking about talking about this tonight, because The Office, we're watching it through again, and I don't think we watched it through together since Lily was born like 2 years ago. I don't think we watched it through together last year at the same time.
I have watched it.
Yeah. Again, we haven't watched it together since Lily was born, is what I'm saying. The cringy moments are way worse to me now.
It's so hard to watch.
I've seen the first 4 seasons probably 24 times at least. I don't know, just between however many times. I had the first 4 seasons on DVD and would watch them over and over and over in the background.
We just watched Phyllis's wedding. Oh God, I had to turn my head at certain points because it was it was so hard and so painful to watch.
Well, you know the episode where I think it's called Gay Witch Hunt. Whenever he exposes Oscar for being gay, and it's that was just such a different time. That was 2004, 2005, and or I guess season 3 would have been 2006. But still, that whole thing was just oh my gosh, we are in a totally different time period now.
Same thing with Diversity Day.
Yeah.
That's hard to watch now. Cause
that was hard to watch then.
Yeah.
But
it hasn't aged better.
No.
And I don't know, I like that. It's almost like the show was ahead of its time. It's like it knew how bad this was at the time because they were using it for comedy, but they didn't realize how bad it was going to be, And it's not offensive in any way. It's just we really shouldn't treat people like that.
Yeah.
Michael, you should not treat people like that. And I don't know, I really like that. I was like, wow, that's...
Well, yeah.
He literally outs a guy, and he says, so Oscar, why don't you take the time now to come out any way you like to everybody? It's and he just looks at him.
No, it's, I mean, I give the, if we're going just what aged the best between the two, it's Parks and Rec.
Well, and then Parks and Rec decided to put their last season 3 years in the future in 2017.
Which I think they did that well because it wasn't drastic enough changes where you're that can't happen. It was stuff that you're I could see that being able to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Jeff just said they predicted the Cubs winning the World Series. If you
They did indeed.
Yeah, so I'm excited to go through the rest of The Office with that sort of mentality in mind. Because, I just dumped on this part of The Office, but when Will Ferrell comes in to replace Michael, I really like his character. I didn't at the time, but I remember I like his character. Actually, do you want to know, when I was growing up, I remember it must have been when season 2 premiered because it was the beginning of season 2. I remember seeing it on TV, where they go to the Chili's,
For the Dundies.
That's also
The Dundies.
that may be the second best episode of that show to me.
The best episode is the fire drill.
I
Part
think
1 and
that's
2?
just the best opening to me.
That entire episode. Michael, he's in that meeting, and he walks across the room, and he looks out the window, and he goes, "The city." It's just...
I'm actually still trying to figure out what I think the best episode of The Office is, but
That's my favorite.
Let's go on.
Yeah.
But then I remember Jeff showed me the preview. I think it was season 4. Whenever, or maybe it's season 5, whenever they have the fresh concrete outside, and this was the promo for the series, and they have the fresh concrete outside, and they shove his face in. He goes, "Shove it in there as far as you can." And he goes, "That's what she said." And I was like, I've got to watch the show,
Yeah.
and that's what started it. So it's fitting that you're here, Jeff.
All right, what's our next category?
Running gags, like repeating jokes. Obviously, that's what she said from The Office.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's the two big ones are That's What She Said and Jim pranking Dwight.
Yeah.
Right.
But what are the other ones from that show?
Dwight doing Michael's laundry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some more, though.
But see, in the time we're thinking of the ones from Parks and Rec, I'm thinking of Cones of Dunshire, his calzone obsession, making fun of Jerry, Larry, Gary.
God. That's the best part.
Barry.
Yeah. Just I think it's has more of the run.
Oh,
Everything
Duke
with John
Silver.
Ralphio.
Yeah.
Duke Silver.
Duke
Little
Silver. Yeah.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Parks and Rec takes that.
Bye, bye, little Sebastian.
Yeah, I think Parks and Rec takes running gags.
Oh yeah, running gags.
I think
for sure.
so.
Pretty much no question.
Side question: what is the best gym prank to you?
Oh, I have my favorite one.
Go.
When he puts all the dimes in Dwight's phone.
Oh yeah.
You don't even
until
see that
it's-
one though. It's just alluded to.
Yeah, I still think it's so funny. It makes me laugh the hardest
Yeah.
every time. I also like the Pavlov one.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. My favorite one is it's probably two. My favorite, the best gym prank is whenever he wraps his desk in Christmas wrap,
Oh yeah.
and he's like, "Well, I hope it was worth it because I'm going to tear it apart in about 20 seconds," and just like crashes to the floor. But the
That
other
one
one I
is pretty
really
good.
like is he's like, "Where's my desk?"
Oh yeah.
And he goes, "Wow, that is weird. Where did you have it last?"
I just thought of my
And
thought
then-
of my actual favorite one.
But the reason I like that one the most is because he sends him to the bathroom to like find it, and he calls him while he's in the bathroom, and he's like, "What is our discount on cardstock?" He's, "I gave you that yesterday." What's yours?
I'm sorry, I thought of my actual favorite one.
Yeah.
It's Asian Jim.
Asian Jim.
That was gonna.
Yeah.
It's either that one or when he convinces him he's sending him letters from future
Oh, yeah.
Dwight.
Yeah.
Oh, and the red wire that goes
Yeah.
to nowhere. That one's really funny too.
So yeah,
Okay, they're all good
they're all pretty good. Yeah,
because I think we just named all of them.
but Asian Jim is
Yeah.
probably my favorite.
It's so
one.
funny.
Oh, we didn't name all of them. We didn't name near all of them.
No.
Oh, Stuff in Jello. It's a classic. Anyway,
So yeah, Parks and Rec gets that one
Yeah.
for me.
Okay,
I think. Oh no, I think Parks and Rec is winning.
I think it is too.
I'm going to
honestly.
take character development off the list because we've already done that.
Okay.
Weaknesses.
Weaknesses. We've kind of done this too.
Yeah, I feel like we've been talking about that all along.
I feel like The Office went a little too long.
Yes.
Yeah.
Parks and Rec went the right amount of time. They just, it's like anything, it took them a second to find their footing. But once they did, they were good to go.
I think the last episode of The Office, when they tie together all the plot lines, like, that is a very well done episode. In fact, I didn't watch it for about 2 years after it came out because I was just like, I don't care to see the end of it because I haven't liked it this far and I don't want to watch it end. And then I remember watching it. We were in the basement of your parents' house and I watched it for the first time.
And
I
you
was like,
cried like a little
"Ah."
baby.
I did. It was a big part of my life for like 10 years.
Yeah, I know. I cry too.
cried
I
too.
cry every time I see that episode. It gets me.
I don't because I'm not a baby. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, I mean, what other weaknesses can you think of?
It does take a dip in like season 6 a little bit comedy wise. I feel like they were kind of stagnant.
Which, The Office?
Yeah, because they didn't have anything to write about. I feel like, but even season 3 during the writers' strike, it's only 14 episodes and they're golden. You
Yeah.
know, like, or maybe it's I think it's season 4 that's only 14 episodes. But like,
Season 4.
it's
Yeah.
great.
It's my favorite season.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I
What
mean,
about Parks and Rec?
that one's tough for me.
I think the first season and a half is weak.
Just looking at the picture.
I know. Trying to
Oh,
find.
but you know when Parks and Rec really, it's like it got its legs and then they hit the NOS button. Is whenever they introduced Chris Traeger and Ben. It's like this show is really good now.
Yeah.
Here's the best 2 characters.
Yeah.
You haven't even met them
There's
yet.
just the thing that makes Parks and Rec so good, I think, is that there really are no weak characters.
No.
Yeah.
There's no one that I dislike. There's no one that I'm like, oh man, now what's their storyline? Like, I never feel that way.
No, me either.
So,
And with The Office, it could get that way with some of them. I'm like, I don't care about this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or I don't care about it
wanna
as
watch
much.
Andy be
It's a little bit like
Andy.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like,
I
please
have the
just get me
whole-
back to the
Like the
real
whole
good stuff.
Andy and Aaron thing.
Yeah.
I was so tired of that
Yeah.
halfway into it. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Robert California.
Oh God, great character.
That's not even my real name. I'm the Lizard King. Like, what does that mean?
I don't like him.
I love him. The more times I've watched that show, the more Robert California has grown
He's
on me
grown
as a
on me.
character.
I think it's fine. I
think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's so weird.
So yeah.
So who
Oh
won?
no.
I think Parks and Rec won.
I think Parks and Rec is the better show overall,
Yeah, I think so too.
but I think The Office is still my favorite. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
I actually agree with that. I think Parks and Rec is the better show, but I like The Office better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would
You know what
agree
I
with
don't
that.
like?
What?
How I Met Your Mother. Wait for it. The last
Agreed.
season.
The last season is so bad.
Garbaggio. Marshall isn't even in the show anymore. He's just with. Oh, let's hire the funny black lady.
He's a
We need a
movie
funny
star.
black lady in this show now. All of a sudden, and I say that as like the trope of like the stereotype, and I think it's important that I word it that way. Honestly, like I mean that. But like, Saren got really mad at me watching that show this
Y'all,
last time.
I will never watch that show with Josh.
Don't
ever,
worry. You don't have to worry about me
ever
watching it
again.
with you again,
I
ever.
was so mad because
garbage.
every time Robin would come on screen, Josh would go,
Boo.
and every time Ted would come on screen, Josh would go, boo.
I would boo. Actually, it was more Barney in the last season.
And I actually happen to really like How I Met Your Mother. It's one of my favorite shows. I know the last season is garbage.
The
I
first
like it
several
anyway.
seasons are fantastic.
You-
Very well written.
You booed through all of it.
No. I did not boo through all of it. I booed through the last third of it consistently.
I gave up on that show after like season 4. I was like, oh, this is just going to go on forever, isn't it? Yeah.
And then they killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. It's like,
Actually,
man.
I watched something. It was a YouTube channel. I can't remember which one it was, but it was talking about how the last scene before they changed everything, like when Ted finally meets the mother and they stand under the umbrella and they talk about the initials on the umbrella and they're going back and forth about, this is my umbrella. No, it's mine because I did this. And they realize like, oh my God, it's the same umbrella. Like we've been in each other's lives for 5 years and haven't even known. And it's like chills, like that's really, really good writing. And then immediately dump on it by being like, you're just trying to tell us all this because you love Aunt Robin. What?
Yeah.
Garbage.
I don't think I still haven't watched the finale of that show. I didn't want to put myself through it.
Spoilers, he meets the kid's mother.
Yeah. I figured.
I have a hot take for you. I
What?
like the end.
Oh no. Saren.
Sorry.
That's not even...
Here's a hot
It
take
has
for you.
always been Robin.
Yeah, but if it's always been Robin, just make it Robin
I
and don't
agree
write
with
in.
But-
Don't write in a mom
let me
just to
ask you
kill her
something.
off.
When did Robin's character become the person that wants to settle with someone? Never.
Maybe she doesn't need to settle with him. He's got his kids. He had his family. Maybe he just needs a companion now.
It's not about Ted. Ted's always needed a companion. When did she turn to like
I
that?
think she can be that now. There's not so much pressure to like.
Garbaggio.
I don't know. I don't have strong enough opinions about that show.
I have strong opinions now that I've had to sit through 9 seasons of Josh's negativity.
I know The Good Place comes back tonight.
Ooh, yes,
which is,
tonight.
Man, I'm not caught
The-
up on that show. I need
It's
to.
so good.
I really,
Which-
really liked what I
It's
saw.
also the guy who did Parks and Rec
Oh,
in The
yeah, Mike
Office.
Schur.
the
so-
Sherverse.
Mike Schur.
You know what I'm starting next week, I think? I think I'm going to start Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the first time. I've never
It's
done
so
it.
good.
We'll have to catch up.
It's
and
real
talk about
good.
it.
I've heard that it's good.
It's solid all the way through. The first season, even the
she
first
said.
episode, it's very good. Saren tried to sneak that in, huh?
That's what she said.
But
What?
yeah, you should
Nothing.
start that.
Sorry, my mic is loose. Nolan, do you
okay.
have any more jokes for us?
Not really.
I think we should give away
I've-
these pop toys, though.
I've had such a week that I was like, I don't even want to make jokes. I just want to sit and not die.
Well, I hope your heart gets better.
Me too,
Well, it's
man.
fine. I've been fine ever since. I was like, okay, cool. I probably am just having panic attacks. That's fun. That's a new little wrinkle life decided to throw at me when I'm 26. Hey, dude, you know how your back hurts now? Now you're going to have panic attacks on top of it.
That's just how you feel now.
I
Well, I'm
guess
sorry.
this is this way forever.
Yeah,
I'm sorry y'all's
pretty
bodies
much.
are fighting you.
Yours
It's
is
all right.
too, man. You had cancer.
Yeah. I mean, I beat cancer, but I did have it.
Yep.
Yeah,
They took it out.
good job.
I just don't have a thyroid anymore.
If,
I went about a week without my medicine for that because my doctors are garbage. I should have known better because the doctor's office was called How I Met Your Mother, the doctor's office. So I should have known.
They start off with a really good impression and then kill you.
I just have to breathe through the rage.
Joke's on
It's
me.
okay.
Your thyroid grew back and grew cancer again. Joke's on me. That's a thing. People's thyroids grow back sometimes.
Like a lizard?
True story.
That sounds like something you read on The Onion.
No, it was a legit website. It was called, I think it was the Babylon Bee.
Yeah.
I get tired of seeing people share that stuff.
Well,
I
a few
don't.
times that's gotten me. I read the headline and I'm like, really? And then I'm like, oh gosh, I'm an
Every
idiot.
time I see any that starts with Bab, I'm just like, no, I'm out. I don't even want to look at it.
The Babylon.
All right. Well,
How do we get out of this?
So yeah.
I think we just end it.
Yeah, I think we just end it.
Parks and Rec is the better show, but I still like The
I think
Office.
so.
The end.
Well, we do have some thank yous. Thank you to Pop Vinyl World for sponsoring us. Thank you to Centerfield Coffee Shop for hosting us.
Yeesh.
Thank you to our beautiful friends and family for coming out and supporting us. And thank you to the random people that didn't complain that people have been talking the entire time they're trying to work.
Yes.
Y'all are also great. We have pop toys for you if you're interested.
Yeah.
And we'll do this again sometime.
yeah, probably
we
next
will.
month.
Yeah, sounds good.
Boom.
We should be a little bit more regular now that life isn't so. Since you're both like not in the hospital.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the
It
hospital.
tends to help with doing things. It's being out in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well-
Thanks, y'all.
Okay, bye. Hey, you gotta hit the stop button, and then you gotta hit the finish button. And action.
All right, everybody, back out.
Redo.
Everybody back out. We're
Use
gonna
your
go back
B
in with
team.
your B team. That's a Pokemon joke. All right, this is the post show. This is for the people that only listen to the podcast.
Are we still going? Sorry.
This is the post show.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I
What are
shouldn't
we gonna
be.
talk about now? This is the After Dark show. TLDR After Dark.
I think we need to be.
If it's after dark, doesn't that mean it's just daytime?
No, baby. It's after it becomes dark. They got the joke. They got the joke.
Hey, that's one of my students. Hey, Ken.
Hey. I'll sing you a song.
Do it.
What song would you like to hear?
Crawling again.
Whoa, we're halfway there. Whoa. Huh? Oh, no, I don't know.
Wait, hang on.
I don't know how it starts. Huh?
Whoa.
The beginning of
You know
it
more of that
sounds
song than
like
I
it's Terminator 2. It sounds like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
in a steel factory.
I'm the Terminator. Like that? Is that
Yeah, pretty much. You nailed it. It was actually a tie-in.
Work on the docks,
Can't remember the rest. Of it.
burning like a summer flame.
Yeah. Nope. See, I don't know the words.
I changed songs on you though, because now we're I'm your Venus.
I'm your fire.
I only think about women's razors when I
Yeah,
hear that
same.
song.
That was my first razor. Was a Venus. It was pretty much the same as every other razor.
Should have used a Venus to shave my chest before I put those stupid pads
It would have
on.
been silky smooth.
Yeah, now I just have two circles with no hair.
You should get tattoos there though, since you don't have hair. You don't have to shave.
You should get tattoos of electrodes.
That would be
I-
fun.
That way they know right where to put them.
Yeah.
I did finally decide what I'm gonna do. Okay, I don't wear a wedding ring because I don't want people to know that I'm married. I like to play the field and let people down. Okay, it's fine. We've talked. I'm just kidding. I just don't like wearing a ring. I really, really just don't like it. It's okay.
I've been in a mood lately,
I
Josh.
pro-
Like, you
my
better
life
watch
insurance.
out.
I had cancer. My life insurance sucks. I'm not worth murdering. Just let me tell you that much. So
True.
it's true.
Cool.
Like, I could smoke cigarettes every day and have better life insurance than I have right now. For real.
You're gonna die,
That's
and
not a joke.
Saren's like, "Oh, I can pay the power bill this month."
If I die,
we're
Saren can pay off the
conservative.
house. That's end of list. Saren can
Yeah.
pay the house off.
Well, that's a pretty good, that's pretty good.
Sarah's like, let's not talk about it.
Yeah, it's just,
If Saren dies, I can pay the house off. Lily gets $100,000 to go to college, and I think I get like 2 or 3 years of income.
are you serious?
Worth? I don't remember what it is.
Sarah, run. Sarah,
Anyways,
Is that really?
yeah. So I don't wear a ring.
I'm very healthy.
I don't wear a ring,
Yeah.
but I want some kind of symbol of something because I just don't want to wear a ring. And we thought about getting a tattoo, like a ring tattoo, but I don't know.
That's
It
too
kind of looks
permanent.
tacky. Yeah, it stands out too much. So I'm gonna get a tattoo
With
of her
the body
face
of an Eevee.
on my right buttocks. No, I'm
people hit on you. They're like, no, I'm married.
no, I'm married. Look,
It is my favorite buttocks. It's my favorite side.
you should see my other tattoo.
You're gonna get in a lot of legal trouble for
I know.
showing your butt in public.
Hey, man, that's just the world we live in. You can't just show people your butts anymore. I mean,
Honey, why is there
Heaven
a
forbid.
handprint on my face?
dang millennials ruining everything.
Them and
So
their
what I decided
Macs.
I'm going to get is Saren has a Saren likes to fold paper cranes sometimes, and it used to do it a lot more than now. But she has
Just
a
don't
paper
chew as
crane.
much gum.
She has a paper crane on her side tattooed, so I thought I could just get a little crane tattooed on the inside of my finger.
Yeah.
Isn't that sweet?
It's subtle, and it's pretty good, right?
I like that. Tell
I
them what
think-
your other idea was, Josh. The less
on,
good one.
On my other cheek, I could get my face, and we could be kissing. That was my other idea.
You could let them share a blow pop if you wanted to. If you're into that kind of thing.
Well, we're gonna get kicked out of recording here.
It was the first thing I thought of. What can I say? I'm twisted.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so glad we're making America great again. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
You have got to stop.
No, this is. I told him this is TLDR after dark. It's dark outside. The children are in bed. That's the implication.
I like being allowed to record here.
They can't hear us.
We're mic'd.
No, this is just a really good acoustical building.
Which
Well,
is
anyway.
surprising because of all that brick right there.
What was my other idea that you were talking about?
Doing a card reveal.
Oh yeah, I thought about it somehow being her initials SW, but also being a card reveal. Like
Those
somehow
are
it
not
would
my
be the
initials.
same. SB. Sorry, I didn't say the third one. SWB. But I thought if you look at it one way, it's like SB, but if you flip it upside down, it's the 8 of something.
Tristan, it's not cool. It's stupid.
Good.
Thank you, Jenna. See, that's
But,
sweet and
it could be
cute and nice. Savage. What? What? What did
I'm
you
so-
say?
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to be carrying a magnifying glass? A magnifying glass? Oh, why don't you check your left pocket? Oh my God, I have a magnifying. Why don't you look right here on the? Oh my God, it's the Ace of Cranes.
Is that a Frasier spinoff? That's a joke for all my Frasier heads out
I've
there.
never seen an episode of Frasier. I don't know what it's about.
It's great. Yeah, cheers.
Sorry.
There you go.
Never seen
Frasier
an
and
episode of Cheers either.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
Sorry.
I've seen an episode of Cheers.
the creator of The Office thinks Cheers is the best sitcom that has ever been on. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Maybe once I
good.
finish up with Vampire Diaries, which is just quality television.
See, I
so
pitched
good.
I pitched my show Vampire Journals. They didn't take it. It wasn't
Vampire Memoirs.
Yeah.
Vampire Journals. Nocturnal, but a journal.
Diaries After Dark. Okay.
TLDR.
Well, let's be done.
After dark.
All right.
We've drugged this on
That's
too
the
long.
end of our post
No,
show.
that's our new thing. We're just gonna. That's gonna be our thing.
It goes into infinity.
It's gonna be a small infinity.
Okay. Don't ever bring up infinity around Josh.
Okay.
You know what else you don't need to bring up around me anymore? Water towers. Do you know how fascinating water towers are? Do you know how they work?
Right now? Oh.
It's like, what are we doing?
I don't think I've ever thought about a water tower past. I think it'd be fun to climb that thing, and then that's the end of it. And then I don't do it.
Do you know why water towers are so cool?
Why?
Because if the power goes out, right? How do you move water into your house? You don't
I
have
don't
a
know.
pump anymore, right? If the electricity's out. That's what the water tower is. Because it's higher up, the pressure keeps water flowing into your house for a short amount of time. That's why you fill up your bathtub and those suckers that weren't home when the power went out, oh well.
That's why me and my roommate just keep loose buckets of water around. We got bad mosquitoes in the house.
So if you live in Manhattan, they had to build water towers on top of the buildings because to get water up that high takes a lot of pressure and just it's unreasonable. So they take water up that high to a certain point, and then the water flows down through the building. But they don't have to put them on buildings that are only like 5 or 6 feet tall. Do you want to know why?
That actually got brought up in the Spider-Man game I'm playing. That's a side mission. You have to go around repairing water towers.
But do you know why they don't build them on buildings that are like 5 or 6 stories tall? Because the water reserve for New York is higher than where it sits on Manhattan sits, and it's about 5, 6 stories high. And so if the water goes out, it's still able to flow up to those stories, even though it's...
That's crazy. Water towers, man.
And if you had an infinite number of water towers,